Welcome back to Meghan and Harry Tales, the channel where we dissect royal headlines, uncover hidden truths and stand up for what the mainstream media so often tries to bury. I'm your host, Adrian, and today's story, well, it's not just about fashion or tennis, it's about timing, PR stunts, media manipulation, and yes, Kate Middleton's calculated return to the public eye at Wimbledon. So get ready, because this episode is packed with receipts, analysis and commentary you won't hear anywhere else. Let's get into it. Kate Middleton made her grand return at the 2025 Wimbledon Women's Final, and absolutely no one was surprised. Why? Because this is her favourite event of the year. She wouldn't dare miss it. You see, Kate skipping public engagements is now the norm. But Wimbledon, oh no. That's a sacred date in her royal calendar. It's the one event that, no matter her alleged health struggles, she always seems well enough to attend. But this year, her reappearance came after a carefully orchestrated warm-up act, a visit to a hospital, meeting with cancer patients, a photo op just days before Wimbledon. The implication was clear: she's still unwell but brave. She's fighting through it. She's admirable. Sympathy was the goal, and for many it worked. But for others, it was transparent, performative, and more of the same PR strategy we've seen time and time again. When Kate arrived at Wimbledon, the press quickly published glowing headlines: Kate returns to applause. Royal favourite gets hero's welcome. Wimbledon crowd honours brave Kate. But here's the thing, videos tell a different story. If you looked closely, you'd notice something odd. Only the front rows stood. The back rows? Not so much. And yet, conveniently, the camera angles only showed the standing crowd. Now ask yourself, if everyone truly stood to applaud, wouldn't that have been clear from every angle? Comment sections lit up with sceptical viewers. One person wrote, "Nah, not everyone stood up." Another said, "Seeing the crowd at Wimbledon standing up for Kate made me want to throw up. The woman has done about 6 hours of work in 3 months, and this match, most people in the UK couldn't even afford a ticket." And another brutally honest comment read, "She gets private treatment, skips the NHS queues, does no work, then shows up at a sporting event on a free ticket, and that gets her a standing ovation. She has the best PR team in the world." One detail that really raised eyebrows: the weather. Temperatures during Wimbledon reached over 30 degrees Celsius. That's 86 degrees Fahrenheit. There were multiple reports of people fainting due to the heat, including 3 separate incidents during the semi-finals. One player even handed water to a fainting fan. But Kate, who's reportedly undergoing treatment for cancer, sat in the full sun for hours, apparently unbothered. Now, no one is saying cancer patients can't enjoy the sun, but if you're trying to push a narrative of frailty and bravery, this kind of image seems contradictory. Sitting in sweltering temperatures while looking perfectly polished does not scream vulnerable patient. It screams photo opportunity. After a PR disaster, here's where things get interesting. Just days before her Wimbledon appearance, a bombshell story dropped. Kate's own stylist was caught following Meghan's fashion pages. The internet was ablaze. The very people who claim Meghan copies Kate were suddenly silent. The trolls were nowhere to be found. Royal reporters said nothing. Only GB News dared mention it. Everyone else swept it under the rug. So what did the firm do next? Cue Kate's royal comeback, appear at a major event, wear something new, get headlines, push positive press, distract the public, and like clockwork, it worked, at least with some people. Kate wore a white dress by Self-Portrait, a brand she's worn before, including at Wimbledon 2023. The look? Classic, safe, and frankly underwhelming. Now here's the thing. The media often gushes about the so-called Kate effect, the idea that anything she wears sells out immediately. So let's test that. The shoes, still in stock. The dress, available in all sizes. The bracelet, yup, still available for $215. And the bag, not even released yet, just marked as coming soon. So where's this supposed fashion frenzy? Nowhere to be found. Compare that to Meghan. When she wears a piece, even an obscure brand, it's gone in hours. That's the real fashion impact, and perhaps that's why Kate's team was snooping on Meghan's pages in the first place. The obsession is real. From hairstyles to accessories to speech patterns, Kate has echoed Meghan in subtle and sometimes not so subtle ways. And the stylist following Meghan's fashion pages, that just confirms what many of us have long suspected. Meghan isn't the one copying, it's the other way around. Let's not forget, Kate previously wore a shirt identical to one Meghan had been spotted in multiple times. The shirt didn't sell out until Meghan wore it again and suddenly it vanished from shelves. Yet the tabloids gave Kate the credit. The hypocrisy is stunning. Meghan gets ridiculed, Kate gets praised for the same actions. Wimbledon 2025 wasn't just about tennis. It was about narrative control. Every angle of Kate's appearance was crafted for maximum positive coverage. The emotional re-emergence, the conveniently timed hospital visit, the warm applause, whether real or not. The fashion, the distraction. The media's cooperation is key. They don't just report on royals, they're part of the machine, they have stakes, they need access, exclusives and favours. So, when the palace calls, they fall in line. But independent platforms like Meghan and Harry Tales, we're not playing that game. We're telling the other side. With every PR stunt, more people ask questions. More people notice the contradictions. They see the headlines, they see the social media spin, but they also see the stylist following Meghan, the lukewarm crowd reaction, the non-sold-out outfits, the media silence on uncomfortable truths. The tide is turning. This Wimbledon appearance wasn't about Kate's health, love of tennis or public service. It was a chess move. It was the royal family doing what it does best, controlling the narrative. But in the process, they expose just how desperate and out of touch they are becoming. They want Kate to be seen as the perfect royal, elegant, beloved, unbothered. But that image only works when the truth doesn't get out. And right now, the truth is louder than ever. And that wraps up today's deep dive on Meghan and Harry Tales. I'm Adrian, and I want to thank you for watching, questioning and standing with us as we unpack these carefully curated royal stories. Remember, real influence doesn't need PR teams or controlled press. It speaks for itself. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Let us know in the comments, did you buy the Kate gets a standing ovation narrative? Or did you see right through it? Until next time, keep your eyes open, your mind sharp, and as always, stay on the side of truth. Goodbye.